What's up, y'all? This is Keenan Higgs Higgins coming to you live from Black America Web. We just about to interview a really dope artist from South Africa, Tyla, 19, killing it, has some new music on the way, and I want to kind of introduce y'all to this burgeoning international star. So check it out. Back on the bully, went back on now. Back on the bully, went back on now. Back on the bully, went back on the bully, back on the bully, went back.
All day, all night, I've been thinking about you. Can't get you on my mind, I've been thinking. Can't get you on my mind, I've been thinking. Can't hide, can't lie, I've been thinking about you. Can't get you on my mind, I've been thinking. Can't get you on my mind, I've been thinking.
So it is fitting that I meet you while you're in the studio because it just seems like you're always making creative music. I've just kind of been doing this deep dive of you and just your journey over these past couple of years since you dropped your first video. And just really quickly, like, what has it been? What has that process been for you? Like, just kind of coming into this game and really being seen as this international star that has so many big plans for yourself. I'm just excited to know, like, what's going through your mind.
It's been very surreal. Like, this whole experience has been like I'm dreaming. Like, it doesn't feel real at all. Like, because of all of this, I've been out of South Africa for the first time. I've met people that I looked up to and I still do. I've worked with crazy people. Like, just my whole experience has been amazing thus far.
I know it's getting late. Baby, and I want you to know.
And then, like, I was watching your video, your first video was Getting Late, right? And what was that process like, making that video while also doing it during the time when a lot of people were very much like secluded and, we were going through a pandemic and, you as an artist, you were launching a career at that time. What was that process like, making that video and then just kind of having success that you eventually had?
So, like, emotionally, it was very hard because my parents gave me that gap year to do music and then the whole world shut down. So it felt like, oh my gosh, now this is the worst time. But then, like, it just made me more hungry, and I worked with my manager who shot the video and my best friend. So it was like us three. And we were independent, like no money, no nothing. We had to do favors. It took a year for us to finish that music video. And like, we obviously hoped for the best, but the outcome that came out was more than we ever could have dreamed of. So yeah, like, it was a very difficult time, but I'm so happy that we got through it and we're here today. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because to hear you say that, and then now the video is like at 5.8 million and counting. You know what I mean? Like, it's just doing numbers, and then you have other videos that not only are keeping with that same aesthetic, but also just like expanding on your creativeness. From an artistic perspective. There's a lot of people who are really commenting on your dancing, and it's like, just like, talk to me a little bit about who you are as an artist for a lot of people who are still getting to know who Tyla is, if I'm even saying your name correctly.
Yeah, it's Tyla. A lot of people are saying Taylor, and it's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tyla. So you got it right. Well, I'm a very diverse artist. I love everything that has to do with the industry and the arts. I love dancing, singing, performing, acting, like modeling. I love it all, and I love incorporating everything into my craft. Yeah, so like, my music is I feel like it's very new, although it has like well-known elements like in pop and R&B, but I just feel like I've added my African flavor into it, which makes it more fresh. So yeah, in terms of sound, that's literally where I am at. And as an artist, like, I want to be a superstar. Like, I want to do it all. I really look up to Beyonce and how she is just tapped in every way, and Rihanna. So I'm just hoping to be there one day because that's where
I don't know. I see that, and like, listening to your music, like, you can't help but feel in the infectious beats and that calypso and that, like that the feeling of it that's very cultural and very toward, like, that South African experience. And it, for a lot of people, it is going to remind them of Rihanna when she did Pon the Replay and had that kind of sound, and then how it transcended from that. And it's nice to hear you say those two names. Are there any other names that you can think of who like are inspiring your music career, or like, got you to where you are sound wise?
I've always loved Aaliyah. I've always you know,
She's my favorite.
yeah,
She's
like
my favorite. I
always
love it.
admired her, her music, just her aesthetic in general. So she's also a big like influence on me as an artist. I have a song that's actually like on that vibe that I'm so excited about.
Oh
So
man. Okay.
you'll
Okay.
hear it when it comes out.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. And then also, let's get really down to that dance, especially when we mentioned Aaliyah. I mean, come on
Yeah,
now. But for you, it's like there's really like this energy that's like, you know, it just, you can't help but get your body thumping. And like, where does that come from for you? Like, is that cultural? Is that in you, or like, where is that coming from?
in Africa we dances like in all our music. In us, we literally born with it. We love to dance. Everything, like we love to dance. So I feel like naturally, like culturally, dance has always been a part of me. And like when I was younger, I always loved dancing. Like my aunt was a dancer, and she would always like teach me like moves that she'd learn, and I'd enjoy doing that. And also with my friends and siblings, I'd make up shows with them. So I feel like naturally, like I feel like I was born with it, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it definitely shows. And one thing, and that we're definitely talking culturally, especially when it comes to like that South African experience. Um, when people think of South Africa, they don't automatically think of like that affluent side. Whereas in your videos, you show it in abundance. Is that like really prominent for you to like show this, like the side of Africa that's more fun and more, glowing, as opposed to what we normally are accustomed to seeing or hearing about Africa?
Definitely, like I really want people to see Africa for what it really is. Like our talent, our culture. We have so much to offer, and I'm so happy that it's a time where people are actually invested and into learning and seeing what we have, to offer. So yeah, it's very important to me as an artist because that's who I am. I'm African, I'm South African, and I love that I'm able to show that through like my visuals and my songs. Like I want to do all the African moves in my videos. Like I love it so much, and I'm glad people are liking it.
Absolutely. And and one thing, I don't want to like ignore the real stuff that's going on in Africa as well. You know what I mean? Are there ways that you as an artist, whether it's through your personal life or professional life, are like showing, you know, like that historical side of Africa in your music, in your way you inspire and anything like that?
I think with in terms of what happened in Africa, like especially South Africa during apartheid and everything, I'm always aware of it. Like it's something that didn't end that long ago. It's still like we're still suffering the effects from it. So it's always at the back of my mind. But I'm just at this point, I'm just grateful that we're at a time where the youth has a platform and we're able to now share what we've been wanting to share all these years. The shine is really on us now, and I'm so happy that we are now given opportunity.
Absolutely. What do you say like is the your plans for your immediate future in your career? You know what I mean? Whether it's collaborations, any things that we could talk about on that debut album. Like when can you reveal right now?
Yeah, so I have an album. What the heck? Like it's so crazy. I have like over 80 songs we recorded. I traveled around the world, worked with so many different talented people on this album because I really wanted to perfect the sound. And I feel like we did. Yeah, so the plan is to release it in the summer. So that can be a little hint. I don't want to say any names or anything because I know my mind's gonna change like a lot. Always changing. But yeah, like it's a really good album, and it's very diverse and new and fresh. So
And that leads us into the song that is kind of steering us into that project, which is Been Thinking. Just talk to us a little bit about where you at creatively, because it's like, again, like that, it's the movement, it's the sound. It's like you can't help but dance and move to it. And you have people calling you an international star right now. So like, just talk to me about what it is to be, who you are in this point of your career, and releasing Been Thinking, and just having that, like, you have the world at your fingertips right now.
well, like firstly, I'm so like grateful for everything. Like ever since I got to America like a week ago, I've just been hearing people say international superstar, and I've been on American Twitter, and I'm like, what the heck, guys? Thank you. Like it's been exciting. And with like been thinking. I remember, like, I worked on the song with Tricky Stewart. He won a Grammy, like, at the Grammys, so it's crazy. And Teron James, he also won a Grammy. Like, these are legends that I've worked with on this song. So, yeah, I just want to create music that is new and fresh, you know? And I feel like that's what we're doing, especially with Been Thinking. It's a very, like, upbeat, good, feel good song, but it also has my African spice in it. So it's steering us there, like, it's a good taste for what's to come in the album.
I can't wait that. And I think you gave me my perfect headline: "Pop with an African spice." I love it. Thank you so much for your time. Nothing but the best for your career, and I'm definitely gonna be looking out for you. So all the best.
Thank you so much. It was nice speaking to you.